This looks like a birthday party.
For Steve.
This is in the backyard. No, this is over at Grandma's house, isn't it?
In Lawndale.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't remember that double-story house behind us.
Oh, well, I just remember the brick wall. Let's see if we're right.
Yeah, it must be, because there was Persia.
Yeah. There's that planter. We wanted to move it, and you'd build it to last for all time and eternity.
Steve, open your mouth.
I don't think he does it anymore. Oh, cute.
Well,
That's Stephen's friends.
Billy next door.
Yeah. 3? Must be. Oh, there's John. Oh, chicken pox. Oh.
Yeah, Steve's got chicken pox there.
We were going to San Francisco and the kids got chicken pox. Laura and Steve did, I remember.
So we stayed home.
When we went later. Do we all have them?
Looks like it. Looks like Laura has it. I don't know if John does.
I know that Laura and Steve had them. When Jerry Lynn got them, she was very sick. I don't know if Laura does or not. That's me. I know, but I don't think got any. That dress is small.
Oh, we went up in the snow. I think I remember doing that. We went up with a guy from work, K.O. Eklund. We decided to go up and play in the snow one day. This was up above Pasadena somewhere.
We don't look well dressed for weather. Gary just look like.
Aw, Steve, you're stuck in the snow. Let's make a snowman. Come on, Jeff or Steve, let's make a snowman.
Nope.
Well, where's Laura and Jeff?
I don't think they're born.
Oh, no, Stephen's plenty big enough. He should have a sister. They're probably in the car or keeping warm.
There's Laura.
That must be pre-Jeff.
I remember that hat, Laura. It was a sweater, knitted hat.
Oh, this is a picture of Jack Kennedy down at South Center. When he was running for president, he came down and
There he is.
and talked. Yep. He hasn't shown. There he go. There he is.
Where's South Center? In L.A.? Yeah.
It's down south of Lawndale, where we used to live.
South of the airport. I remember being so disappointed. We go to see the president. There's all these dancing girls and frall-de-roll and like a football game. I expected something rather serious, but it wasn't true.
He really knew how to work the crowd. Well, now here we are at the beach. I think this is Manhattan Beach.
This looks backwards. Steve looks younger. We used to, Gary'd call me and say he'd coming home and we'd put our regular dinner in a picnic basket, go down to Manhattan Beach and eat it. Just be so pleasant. The boys would run around and enjoy the beach. It was only, how far from Lawndale? It wasn't very long.
No.
That almost looks like a Sunday. I taught in Redondo Beach and Manhattan Beach. Now this is, oh, they love to play in the water, I remember, in our Lawndale house. Jerry Lynn used to like to play in that too. This is going backwards in time. They had a big lake down the end of the street, but I guess that served as a swimming pool. We had bricks around the trees so you could walk, and then flowers at the end.
He's adorable.
Do you want to say anything, Laura? You're not taking the mic. What do you do?
Okay, now that's at Grandma's new apartment building that they built there in not far from the airport, and there's our old Corvair car. Now, is that the old building or a new one?
That's the park.
That's Engelman boy.
Uh-huh.
That's Steve on the drinking.
Yeah, there's Stephen climbing. He has to get a drink. Is this a laundry park?
I don't know.
He must be in the gifted program.
Oh, we're down at the train display at Griffith Park. They have a whole bunch of engines and cars and stuff. And there's a little steam engine, and they have a route that it was really a neat place. Just love to go and see those little trains running. That's Southern Pacific Coast Daylight. Look at that little one. Real steam.
Are the kids on the trains, or are you just taking pictures of the trains?
I don't know.
Keep hoping Jeff will show up soon.
We were at one of these places, not in Griffith Park, and Stephen and John were in the trains, and they went around the corner. When they came back, Steve wasn't in it. We ran all over the place, and we found him at a stick, a switch stick, just pulling it back and forth, his tongue hanging out, concentrating, and we didn't know what he had done, so we just picked him up and got John and went home. I don't know how he got out of a moving train.
Things are really works of art.
There's Laura.
Laura in Mama's lap. And the sun shining on the eyes.
How old would you be, Laura? A month? 6 weeks?
Stephen looks happy there.
John looks like Jordan there.
Yeah.
Looks just like Jordan there.
Look like you're hungry, Laura.
She's tiny. Really little.
Oh, you look pretty, Mom.
I think you're blinded by love.
No, you look so pretty, just for someone who just has a new baby.
Used to wear those full
Well, this is
slips.
out in back in Lawndale again.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, this is, oh, in Lawndale, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's that addition there that we put on.
Look at
Persia.
Yeah. Look at Steve is in there with all the big kids splashing just like he loves the water.
We couldn't keep him out of the water. We went to a party when he was pretty little, and he would just go to the water and we'd pull him out and go in, and he didn't care if he fell in. He would just blub, 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 and we'd pull him up. When we went home, we figured he drowned. He had no fear even when he fell in. He just always loved it.
Neighborhood swimming hole. Grandma again.
Getting Steve ready, dressed up to have his picture taken. I remember that sweater. The boys grew so fast that you'd buy something for John and Steve would wear it, and then Jeff later, and Spence got a sports coat or something, all my boys would wear it. They just grew.
That was was it a lemon tree in the backyard?
I think so, yeah. Laura, you are really tiny there. A week? That's Lawndale with
Yeah.
Stephen.
That's neat.
John's heavier.
You're getting too heavy, John.
Gary taught John to bat left-handed because he could be left or right-handed, and he figured he could get to first base quicker. There was a shower for Laura after she was born, because you didn't have a shower for, when you had two boys, you didn't have a shower for Steve. When he had a different sex, and they had this shower, and they were all these beautiful little girl things. That was in that house.
Is that me?
No, that's Stephen. Wants to go in. Too hot out there.
Boy, these really jump around, don't they?
Yeah, they do. I'd like to walk.
You're supposed to hit the ball first, John.
I'll hit, you throw.
Bat right-handed there, John.
That's Jeff.
Think so?
No.
Now, that's,
Steve and Jeff look a lot alike, but that's Steve.
this looks like it's at a
Laundry
laundry park.
Uh-huh.
They had a great big swimming pool there. There's pretty Marilyn out in front of our house.
You guys are all duded up for something.
We must have been getting ready to go to church or something.
Looking good.
I remember that shirt. Yeah. Now this was when I learned to smock, Laura. Those aprons we all
Oh,
smocked.
Yeah.
What a waste.
Yeah.
Marilyn used to wear ponytails in those days. Our old Corvair. Well, there's Mom and Harry. The old pampas grass behind them there. Harry must be taking the picture. Well, there's the other side of the family. All the grand folks.
See how many slips Mother had for a dress to stand out?
Come on, stay up there, you guys. Now I've got the camera on slow motion. Horrible waste of film.
Well, technology wasn't what it is now, that's for sure.
Looks like Stephen's got some slick pants on. Everybody in our whole neighborhood had those pink cinder block walls around their homes. Boy, I sure didn't mow the lawn that often, did I? It was probably a pain having to move that stupid swing set every time you mowed the lawn.
I think we had a pretty bad lawn. It needed to be ripped up.
Yeah, crabgrass and everything.
You took too many pictures of John and Steve.
Yeah.
You can slice them out, some of them.
Just, well, to be on video, you can just fast forward.
Have you seen this yet? The whole thing?
Not all together.
There must be some of you in here.
Well, Jeff hasn't shown up yet. Jessica used to run like that with one arm going.
Really?
Yeah. I remember that.
Isn't that funny how things get passed on? Well, photography was a new thing for Gary. Try out the lens scopes and try out the speeds, and this is crawling in slow motion. It's
How long is this tape supposed to be?
2 hours.
2 or 2.5 hours.
All of it together, 2.5. But this tape is 2 hours.
So here he goes.
We're at 1.5 hours now.
I remember the dresses that I wear because I sewed most of them, and I can remember getting the fabric and making them.
See, he runs with that one arm.
Mm-hmm. Now they're fast motion. Ho, ho, ho. I think most babies would have been afraid of that water, but he wasn't. When we go to the beach, when John was little, he wouldn't get off the blanket because he didn't like the feel of the sand. Well, when you have your children at first, they are your whole life, and that's all you do is take pictures and sew for them and take care of them and swap stories about them with your friends, and they were a big part of our life. When you have a big family, the younger kids don't get very many pictures. I think also Gary took photography when John was a baby, so at El Camino College, so we had lots of pictures of John. This was El Camino College days when John was first born, when he was this size.
What were our house payments in?
Oh, gee, was it 70?
$86 a month, and that included taxes and everything.
Insurance. Well, we built Gary's studio when he finished school. He went to UCLA, and then we built his studio out of the garage. Did we add another garage, Gary? On the other side? We did, didn't we?
Yeah, we built a one-car garage, and he used a two-car garage for his studio.
That's right. So his business was there in the house. Looks like Steve's just learning to walk. Those one-piece things they have for kids now are sure better, that the shirt's not crawling up.
John seemed like a nice big brother.
Mm-hmm.
In these pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Not in real life.
Well, he was. He was. He didn't like... he was jealous of Steve. He was 2.5, and he liked babies and would hold him. We thought, oh, he's really going to like his own baby. And then all of a sudden it dawned on him that this new baby that was going to come was going to stay, and he wanted his blanket back and his bottle back and his crib back, and he wasn't going to have it for the new baby. He had kind of a hard time. But somebody said if the baby of the family isn't jealous when a new baby's born, the mother is either lying or she's blind. Just natural. Water and Steve. Now this is Ray Schwartz's son, and that's Ray's brother. I think his brother's Victor, I think. And Victor invented yo-yos and kites and stuff like that. So I think that's Ray with his son. He came out to visit him in California.
That's at Victor's house.
Yeah, at Victor's house, Ray's brother. And they went to the beach, to Venice, kind of did the sights of California. Because he lived in Cleveland, still does.
He's a handsome kid.
Mm-hmm. Again, they're at the beach with all their suit and tie on. It's crazy.
That's Muscle Beach in Santa Monica.
Where?
Muscle Beach in Santa Monica, so they have all kinds of places where people to show off.
Movies of the waves. Oh. This is my mother, Althea. No, it's me.
No. Yes. You're right.
Who is it?
I think it's Grandma. That's not you.
Yeah, that's Grandma. This is in Woodland Hills.
Why is she cutting the lawn? And there's Laura.
Jeff's coming up soon.
Yeah, Jeff's here if we're in Woodland Hills.
Steve's old shirt?
Yeah, I think so. She's happy.
I don't know why with that hair.
Oh, Laura, don't be so critical.
It's funny. Don't talk with your mouth full.
John's
teeth make the first appearance here.
Yeah. We used to eat breakfast out in the picnic table on the patio because it would be warm enough. Then lunchtime would be too hot. So a lot of times we'd have Saturday, Sunday breakfast outside.
Cool shades. Oh.
There's Jeff.
That's gotta be the cutest baby I've ever seen.
Cutest, loudest baby.
This is the house he came home to
He is so cute.
from the hospital.
Gotta be like Dad.
It was hot even in the morning to wear sunglasses. This was out the back door. I think these were our friends in the ward, and they had this horse at their house. Woodland Hills people had animals. We had a cow at this house.
There'll be film of the cow coming up. Oh, there's Spence.
Spence is visiting. That's a dollhouse that Gary built, and we used it for the kids to change.
That was Cheryl that
Cheryl walked by. There's Spence. Jerry Lynn.
Oh.
There's Diana.
She is so cute.
She was a cute girl.
What a bug.
Cheryl.
Oh, isn't she pretty?
She was. She's a beautiful little girl. There you are, Laura.
Eating a big piece of brownie.
Me and Diana were buds.
Yeah, you were.
Mr. Lucky.
That must have been pretty close to the time we moved up to Seattle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's in front of the dollhouse.
Yeah, that's on the porch of the dollhouse.
Or the playhouse, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Larry.
Diana.
Diana's a football hat on. What has he got? Oh, it's a squeeze toy somehow. You can squeeze the ball and it moves.
Trying to understand what are you talking about?
What do you want me to do? There's Diana.
She is so cute.
She always had a hat on. She loved hats.
I just walked through the game.
Playing with your ball.
Duh.
That was before we added on to the house.
Oh, I guess it was. What's that trailer over there? I don't remember that.
Jeff.
Yeah. Jeff and Laura.
And Cheryl.
Oh,
Oh,
little boy.
what a wimp. He went to... He's a handsome kid.
Mm-hmm. Grandpa trying to get everybody organized for the pictures. It was a big job. And oh, Diana loved hats. Okay, we're in Yosemite, obviously.
Well, that's the lodge down below Yosemite.
Mm-hmm. Seemed like Larry and Gay's family had a motel, and we camped, and her kids came and slept in our tents, and our kids went and slept in their hotel. This looks like snow, though, Gary. Did we just go up to play in the snow? Or did we go up farther for snow? It's Laura and Diane. Oh, we haven't been there long because they're happy and they don't have mittens.
Yep.
Seems like we were camping and then we drove up farther to get to the snow for the kids to play in it. Oh, Laura, you really like that. So does Diana. But her hands are cold.
There's Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cool picture.
If the shadow was better.
You had that coat for years.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. I wore that green corduroy car coat for years and years.
At least 20.
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good outdoor coat. Three boys. Trail closed.
But we'll go anyway.
Still Yosemite, I guess. Well, Californians are ill prepared for snow. Jerry Lynn is having a hard time staying on her feet. And Spencer's doing pretty good.
Nope.
John is not going to make it.
Yosemite Falls.
What'd you say?
I said that was Yosemite Falls. And this is up on Glacier Point, I think. Trying to get everybody together for a good picture.
Is that my mother? Yeah.
That's a neat picture.
That's probably Mirror Lake.
I think so. Diana, so sweet. Cheryl. Jerry Lynn. Everybody's hair looks bad.
Well, we're back in Woodland Hills again.
There's my chicken bathing suit. I still remember that.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. Had roosters on it.
Hmm.
It was me and Diana.
Yeah.
And that Spencer was playing with the water. Now Laura's playing with it.
Yours had chickens on it?
No, not that one. I guess it comes later.
Well, John's learned how to dive a little better.
Mm-hmm. Steve hasn't.
When we moved to Woodland Hills, I thought, well, we came from a house with a pool. We put them in the swimming club in Newport Hills, and they'll just do really well and feel successful. And they couldn't swim laps. We had a little pool, and the guys up there were serious swim team people. So they had to get on the swim team and learn to swim links.
Good dive, Larry. Now this is a family reunion.
That's Tosh.
Is it?
This would be the Robinson family reunion. There's Uncle Dick in the middle.
Grandpa.
Ray and whoever's taking a picture does go so fast you can't see who's there.
No.
There's Grandma helping the kids.
Oh, look at my fancy hat. I thought that was really something. Because bathing caps were so ugly and you get your hair all wet. That's Laura. She's having a good time. Looks like Jennifer, don't you, Laura?
Yep.
There's Diana. She always put her tongue out.
Still
and wore a
does.
hat.
She still does.
Spencer. Jerry Lynn. Kids had good times together. It's nice for cousins to be close. And Stephen. Looks like he's been eating a green popsicle. Maybe not. Cheryl. John. Before braces. And Spence. Spence had braces to pull his teeth out, and John had braces to pull them in.
It's funny to see them as kids and have the same mannerisms
Mm-hmm.
that they do as adults.
Grandpa loved to give everybody a piece of watermelon so I'd make a good picture. It's called props because they wouldn't really get a piece like this.
Back up in the snow again.
How could this jump around so much? Are we still in Yosemite or?
On these Grandpa's pictures.
Some. They're mixed up. I think the ones with Robinsons are Grandpa's.
That you, Laura? Yes.
Yep.
Picked a dry place.
That crabby face looks like Jen's.
She wanted her hat off, but I've got it tied tight.
Looks like Jen. Who is that?
I don't know.
I think that's one of KO's daughters.
Like Steve wanting to kill it.
I don't remember the boys because when we went up with KO, Gary, they had different clothes on. And they were smaller. I think this is us later. That's Jeff, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Laura was a baby in that other snow picture. She's playing in this one. We all have sweatshirts on.
You gotta talk louder.
We all have sweatshirts on, which was relatively new. I think in the other snow picture we didn't. Sitting on the hay in the snow. Must have been a hot day even in the snow. Oh, John's lost some teeth. That's Marty with Laura and Steve. So I think we're in Bob's backyard now. There's Randy.
Janice is grown up.
Yeah. He's playing with Barry.
Oh.
That's Jeff. He was healthy.
He looks suspicious.
Well, he was very careful. Oh, Bill's wife, Betty.
That's Karen?
That's Karen. She was just a little bit younger than Jeff. They were very close in age. She worried so much about Laura having a blanket, she knew that wasn't good for her.
Cute.
I sewed dresses for Karen and I tried them on Jeff when they were about 2. Well, she is cute. With Dick and Paul and David and Grandma Asbury.
That must be out at Bob's place.
Yeah, it's at Bob's. Oh, Laura, you look sweet. Stephen's going to take care of Jeff.
Back up in Yosemite now.
Think it's Yosemite?
Lake Tenaya.
There's the rooster bathing suit.
Tell us what you remember.
Oh, I just remember it.
See, you could let those straps get longer and wear the bathing suit for a couple years.
I loved it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
They were just cotton with elastic in. They weren't stretch elasticized or anything. They looked like they were having a really good time.
You wore that bathing suit for 20 years.
Yeah, forever.
Oh.
Oh, we were in a Yosemite this trip, and we said, every morning, Gary would say, every night, he'd scream all night. He'd say, first thing in the morning, honey, I'll take you home. I'll take you home. We'd get up, it'd be so beautiful, and we'd say, surely he'll be tired by tonight, and he'd sleep. We'd warm up these bottles and line him up by him, and he'd just scream all night in a tent. It was ghastly. But we didn't want to go home. It wasn't like we were close. You go to Yosemite, it's like 6 hours, wasn't it, Gary? The other kids were having a good time. When we got home, he just patted his crib. He was so glad to see it.
Is that the blanket?
Pink. Yeah, it must be.
Sucking my thumb.
That's all right.
Holding the blanket.
Uh-huh. I cut it in thirds, and we left one in Tuolumne Meadows watching the fire falls, and I was really glad I had another one back at camp, or you wouldn't have gone to sleep.
There's Steve. John. Break dancing.
Jeff in the stroller. Move, do something.
Woo!
Oh dear. Now I remember this.
Cute.
Stephen came home from Sunday school with stars and badges all over, and we took his picture. We were so proud of him. This was in Woodland Hills also. What's this, Gary?
This is down by the Times as President Johnson. There he is, when he was running for office. And that's old Pierre Salinger over to the left. And that's Don Collins, one of my fellow artists. And that was Ralph. He was the office manager like, and that was old Dudley. And what was her name? I can't remember. There's Frank and K.O.
Kale's the one we went to the snow. He played in a
George from Maine. K.O. again. Old Al Miotti. Uh-oh. Back on Woodland Hills again with our cattle ranch.
There's chickens.
Oh, I remember the chickens being in the cow pen.
There I am milking the cow. What was her name, do you remember?
No. Tell about that one. We decided to get a cow because Gary didn't want to buy skim milk and we couldn't afford all the milk we needed. So we bought it from a steak Preston, a neighboring steak.
Oh, look at him.
And after we bought it, we came home and built the barn and then picked up the cow, and our arms ached so bad we just put one nail in each board and waited a week or two and then put the rest of the nails in. Oh, Laura, I think this is your birthday. Maybe not.
Good job.
Yeah. Little Jenny.
Yep.
Does Mitchell look like Jeff?
Yes.
Think so?
Well, it looks like Lynette too, but
Yeah.
you look pretty, Mom.
I made that suit. I was really proud of it.
Pretty.
It's kind of a denim. It was fun.
John always manages to get his face in the camera.
He's older. He knows enough to do that. But now you wouldn't go out in your church clothes and sit on the grass on a blanket. We didn't get as casual as often. You are mad. Aren't I cute? I'm little too.
Walk to the camera. That little dress is funny.
Yeah. Jeff, about 6 months, 9 months. What do you think, Laura?
Probably.
Mm-hmm. There was a school across the street, which gave a nice playground for the kids. Phony.
Mm-mm.
This Yosemite.
Back in Yosemite again. I can't remember where that is.
We've gone on a hike, and the guide who took us was lost. And
Yeah.
we walked and walked forever with all these little kids. It was terrible. Thought we'd
There's
never
Jeff.
get back.
Come on, Jeff. Come on over here.
A little family stroll, and we were gone all day. He didn't know where he was.
He starts crying pretty soon.
Yeah, he gets tired of crawling on that hard granite.
Cute.
I'm afraid he's gonna fall and get hurt.
Poor little Jeff.
Oh.
I've had it. I've had it.
So is his mother. It was terrible. You go up in the front trying to find out where we're going, why we weren't back at camp, and I'd be stuck with all these kids. Oh.
Well, this looks like Yosemite again. There's our old car from Robinson we got from Robinson. No, it couldn't be Yosemite then.
Here's Jeff.
Look at checkered tablecloth and flowers on the table. I think that this is when the Robinsons were in Yosemite and we were, and behind those tarps we would see raccoons and animals at night.
Isn't he cute?
Yeah. Is it cute, baby? What does it say on that?
Camp boundary.
Well, that doesn't, I'm pretty sure this is Yosemite.
Yeah, it is.
So the Robinsons are at Yosemite in a motel, and we're at Yosemite in a tent. And we trade kids for a treat. They really didn't fight very much. They would argue, but they didn't fight.
No, I don't remember them ever really having a knockdown, drag-out fight like Steve's kids do.
No. There's Laura.
That's the blanket. It's pink.
Yeah, it's pink. It reminds me so much of Jennifer. I used to worry that John and Steve didn't fight because you read all these books how to settle the fights, and then one day in Newport Hills they were in the backyard playing football.
Are you
And
going to help me? You going to help me or not?
I think I was saying, don't take my picture when I look like this. Anyway, John hit Stephen in the nose, and he felt it break and crunch, and it was just sickening. And I don't think they ever physically fought. They'd shove each other, but they never hit each other. Who was taking the picture, Gary?
Probably you.
Must have been you.
That's pretty good for me. Playing in the fire.
Gotta have sticks in the fire.
Yeah.
Boy, now that's scary.
It's hard to take care of kids and have them look neat and clean in the mountains in the dirt. But you were happy.
Mhm.
You know, it's easy to take care of a
Oh,
kid that's got a
cute.
butch.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Those cute
remember
dresses.
making that. Yeah.
Looks like I liked it.
Yep, you did.
Kind of preening in it. Oh, look at him.
He's got his brother's Cub Scout hat on.
He's so cute.
What are you
The happiness is gone. Where were we? Oh, we're building onto our house, aren't we? Yeah. Is he about 2 or 3 or?
No, he looks like, 3, and I'm probably getting close to 5.
Yeah.
How old
Easter.
was when we moved to
Because I was 5 when we moved to,
Mhm.
well, it's Easter. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Easter dresses.
I think that's,
Oh, you had that swimsuit for years and years, too.
yes,
Is
I
that
did.
Viola?
And that's Karen, I believe.
Yeah.
Stephen, and it was in this pool that Jeff fell in and Steve saved him.
There's Mr. Lucky.
Mm-hmm.
There's Viola on the lounge.
Mm-hmm. That's me next to her talking with her, I think. No, Mother and then me. Do you remember that suit, Laura, with the ruffle?
Mm-mm.
That playhouse. I don't have a ponytail anymore.
Oh, this is the butchering part.
Do you think so? Oh, dear.
Uh-huh.
Frank was raised on a farm, and he was going to come out and show you how to do it, and he didn't come, so Gary and Ray went at it anyway. I had you in the house so the kids wouldn't see it and be traumatized, and they were all sneaking out looking. Grandpa Schwartz was there. Oh, sick.
I use that for devil worshipping.
Oh, I don't think we should have had this. It's not good for the kids to see.
You've been saying that for years.
It's true.
Well, we're just skinning it.
I know,
Oh,
but
Mom, they're going to love to be grossed out. I hope Linda filmed some of Steve butchering his deer.
well, it seems like we have all the kids in the neighborhood watching, and I tried to keep you in the house with the windows shut. This was an adventure for us in farm life because we were city kids. We had this cow and chickens and the poor guy that picked up the trash.
Oh, it was a special trash guy or something, wasn't he?
I don't know. Oh,
Come wag the tail. I wonder who's filming it. I bet it's Grandpa.
probably. We had a lot of meat for a long time from that cow. When that cow would cry at night, Gary would wake up because he was responsible for it, and I woke up for Jeff. It's kind of like your ears tuned to what your
You
baby.
mean after you butchered him, the
No.
haunted cow would cry at you at night?
No. How much does he weigh? Now in Russia, you just see piles of meat like that cut through with axes. People buy it, put it in their briefcase, and take it home. Here
Jeff.
comes Jeff.
Grandma's new house.
Grandma Schwartz's apartments.
It's adorable.
Yeah, he was. Cute kid. And there's Laura, smiling, just like Jenny. It's Grandma Schwartz's apartments, isn't it, Gary?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The new one.
Yeah, they had two on the side, and then they bought the land from the middle in the city and built this one with a really nice apartment for them in front. Steven's telling us something.
Probably about blowing up something or...
There's John. I don't think Jake or Paul look that much like Steve as little. They look like him as a grown man. Does
John's
Tyler look
teeth.
like John there? Yeah. John was very cooperative with the orthodontist. He was glad to get those teeth straightened.
It's Michelle.
Oh, yes, Michelle. Larry's daughter, Michelle, with Grandpa Schwartz. Oh, they loved that kid.
That was about a 15-year jump there.
Yeah. Michelle was their favorite.
Well, this is up in Bellevue now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't move to Bellevue till 68, so this is 68.
No, this isn't 68.
That'd be,
Later in the 60s.
yeah,
This
you're
is
right.
the 70s.
You're right. Michelle was born while Cheryl Right after Cheryl was in the hospital. No, Cheryl was in the hospital because I used to take care of Michelle.
You can see a change in Grandma since the last time, too.
Yeah. Michelle did not like me. She liked John.
Dawn.
Come to Don's house. And she would cry and cry, and Don could get her settled. Grandpa used to take her for a ride in a wheelbarrow. Wonder if we have a picture of that coming up.
Probably.
I always thought Mother was as healthy as she was so long because she worked in the yard so much. She liked yard work. Remember that birdhouse? Was there for years. This was a house our kids would go to for Christmas Eve.
Oh, you gotta finish it.
They moved in there probably 69 or 70, and they were in that house. How long ago did we move them out? Maybe 3 years? Probably 1992 or 3.
Remember those chairs?
I was just thinking that. Did we send those off with Jeff to Sacramento? I can't remember.
Or Steve.
Somebody took
I
them.
think Steve had them.
Maybe so. Grandpa always had a great vegetable garden in the backyard. I think Michelle came and stayed with them like for a few days because they were, for some reason. She must have been 2.
I think she's still in diapers. I
Yeah.
think she's a year, less than 2.
They don't have any kids yet.
Michelle, no. Yes, she would be less than 2.
Oh, there you go.
Now, this is Larry and Gay's house on Mercer Island. It was on the water on the lake. We used to take the kids down to Newport Shores, and she'd come over with the boat, and I'd take the boys home, and she'd take the girls over there. Everybody'd go out on the boat. There was a house up in the front where the
That's me.
Batemans lived. Is it really?
Yeah, that's me, and Diana's gonna come running out. There's Diana.
Oh my goodness.
With a weapon.
Cheryl.
No, that's not gay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
There's Grandma.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
I would have voted against you. Grandma never liked to get her hair messed up, but she has to go in the boat.
Making the kids.
Oh, look at
There's-
Steve's long hair.
it's Steve's friend Judd Burden there.
Oh.
There's Cheryl. She's probably about 12 or 13 there.
I think so.
She's got pretty hair. It's Jeff.
Yeah.
He's cute.
It's the house where you used to spy on Jerry Lynn with her boyfriends.
Look at Steve's hair.
Oh, Gad.
It's the way you wanted it, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think that's the way you cut
No,
it.
you wanted it cut a certain way.
No, there's Judd.
Judd. There's Jerry. hates getting her picture taken.
We all did.
She has those bands.
Braces on Spence. They're growing up. John?
With his
There's
soccer
Zipper.
shirt on.
Zipper in the background.
Yeah, Zipper the dog. You always bring rocks up and dump them on the porch. He broke his teeth off playing with them. Diana? Her long hair was so hard.
We're talking about waves that we would float inner tubes on.
Oh, she'd stay overnight and I'd brush her hair and she'd cry and cry. You have a lot of hair there, Laura. Long
See?
hair.
We're talking about not ocean waves, lake waves.
Michelle with Mother. There she goes. I don't know if they had a hard time keeping Michelle out of the lake or not. That was a worry.
Oh.
Becky and John. Oh my gosh, look at John's hair. Gary, your beard. And Jeff. Is this our house down on 42nd Street or?
Yeah.
What a bunch of clowns.
I think I was a freshman. I think that's that same summer John and Becky got married.
Yeah. Grandma Schwartz and Grandpa Schwartz and Jeff.
Jeff's a dip.
Everybody want to see Becky do gymnastics.
Looks like it's the show-off hour.
Well, you're moving. You got a movie picture. You got to move. Good for you, Laura. I could never do that. I remember that lavender suit. I loved it. Patty Kropelnicki said, "Don't ever wear anything else. It's her perfect color."
Where is that?
That's outside in the backyard.
On 42nd Street. Uh-huh. Becky would hold her dress between her legs.
I think she's got it pinned.
Oh, really?
There's a newlyweds.
Were they married yet, do you think?
Yeah,
How do you know?
because it's summertime. I'm home for the summer.
Oh,
Who's
no,
that?
I don't know. Oh, that's our cousin Jeanette. That's Uncle Merle's daughter, Jeanette. It's her second husband. She used to come up in that to show cars in a car place, and she's at Grandma and Grandpa's house. That's Becky's at Grandma and Grandpa's.
They always supposed to raise their arm like that when they're ready to go.
Yeah. She looks like she's about 14.
Look at Grandpa's garden.
Back
Wow.
tuck. Good.
Yeah. The bird feeder that Grandpa had. Huge garden. That house was just a block and a half from our house, and the kids would, Laura used to run away when things weren't good at home, go down to Grandma's house. Who are the kids back there, do you think?
Grandpa's neighbor kids.
Oh, the neighbor kids. How far did John was a senior? You were a freshman. Well, Stephen must have been on his mission then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she blew it.
Okay, there's Becky and Grandma and Grandpa.
An American flag.
Yeah. Our own Olympics.
Becky, I know you hate this, but Mark... Oh, it got clipped out. You're lucky.
Okay. There's Laura and Mark's wedding, 1982. Yeah. In December on a sunny day. Small miracles. Oh, Laura. You should narrate your own wedding.
Yeah.
It wasn't cold. It wasn't warm, but it was sunny, which is amazing. Uncle Bill came and Larry and Gay were on the way to put Diane in the mission home. She left the next morning.
There's KB.
And Stephen, who did all the dishes from the wedding breakfast, and KB came.
There's Grandma Asbury.
Yeah. And
Oh,
Kropelnicki's.
there's Dolly.
Yeah, Dolly.
And Grandma. And Gay.
Mark's dad was
Becky's
sick.
perm.
Yeah, Mark's dad was really sick with the flu. He just came that night to the reception. John's changed a lot.
Jeff is on his mission.
Yeah, Jeff is on his mission.
Aged since we saw him last.
Yeah,
That was Mom's dress.
that's right. It was my dress. I'd borrowed it from a girlfriend. I found her, borrowed it back again. We just had to put buttons on and new veiling. Was that the same hat, Laura?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Looks like it's kind of crooked on me there.
Well, the dress looked better on you than it did on me. I remember that.
No way.
It did.
There's Mark and Dolly.
Yeah.
There's a reception. Steve flirting with all the girls.
Wasn't that you? No, just
No.
other girls?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
dear.
Tracy Morris.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Gordon and Dolly.
Poor Gordon was so sick. It's all the way from North
There's
Dakota.
Katie and Becky and Diana. And that's Jane Nelson on the right.
Those dresses were red.
There's Bruce Hill, who's Mark's best man, and there's John and then Steve. They look pretty sharp. They had black tuxes and red cummerbunds. They look great.
We had Christmas trees all over with little lights, as I remember. We were going to have this big Christmas tree from the ward with the wedding gifts around it, and the guy chopped it up and took it to the dump the day of the wedding. I could have killed him. Only thing they did on time around that church.
Who's that?
Me.
No, but who's behind you?
I think that's scary. When we went to order that cake, they got out the frosting, they showed you all the colors, they looked at the fabric, and then they did just what they pleased. Patty and Phil. Uh-huh. Kropelnicki. That's me.
Who had the hair there?
She's the harp player, and Uncle Bill.
Yeah. That's right, we had a harpist.
Ah, here comes Jessica. This would be April of '83.
Do you think? This is the first grandchild. They were living in our 42nd Street house, and we'd moved to, I think it was 133rd place anyway.
Aww, isn't she cute?
The morning she was born, we were in church, and they came and told us, and we kept waiting to hear more. Went down to the house. She was still not coming.
Does John and Becky have any pictures like this?
I don't know. But I love that. I love seeing new parents thrilled to death with their baby. It's great.
I remember John bearing his testimony that she was a special spirit. She didn't cry. She wasn't going to be contentious. She was just really had her mother's disposition, and she does.
Until it's time to get ready for school.
Oh,
That's at BYU. No, that's at the University of Washington. That's John's graduation.
graduation. John graduated, and that's Mark.
And we're the newlyweds.
Yeah, she was born just before John graduated.
No, that's in Victoria.
Well,
The Ward House.
Yeah, with these.
that's probably when she was blessed.
Those are apartments behind her. Yeah,
It's
you're
probably
right.
when she was blessed. But he
Yeah.
did graduate right around that time.
Yeah, she was blessed.
Mm-hmm.
I think a few Kramers show up here too.
Yes. I liked my hair that way.
I do too.
I could never wear it again because I would get roots when I went gray. But I like it parted
I
that
think
way.
Grandpa liked the announcement.
Maybe so. Oh, Gary, didn't you draw that?
Yeah. Oh, there's Sam and Laura and Jason.
These are Becky's dad and her sister and brother. They had a store there.
Oh, there's Dorothy and Becky.
Yeah. Didn't they had a store where you sold
Waterbeds.
beds? Yeah, but why is the table set there? Or maybe it's at their house.
John Kramer.
Mm-hmm. Dorothy looks the same. Oh, Gary, wake up. You're on our deck. Aren't you? Or it's the other house. It's 133rd.
Yeah. This is almost over. Oh.
Jessie.
Oh, how sweet.
She was a sweet baby.
Boy, she was the center of our universe for a while.
She didn't want to nurse. Becky had a hard time getting her to eat in the very beginning. This must be when she was blessed. Is that Gretchen at the end?
Yeah, it was Gretchen and Tiffany, and I don't know who's in the middle.
This is another day. She's much older.
John likes her ruffles, I guess. There's Tiffany.
Yeah, that's Tiffany. That's Gretchen
She's probably
and
3.
Al's daughter. Only? She's tall.
Yeah. There's Laura.
That's Laura Kramer, Becky's younger sister.
Cute. I think that's it.
The end.
We did it.
Yep, we did.
That was fun.
It was nice.
What do you do to turn it off?